Listen closely, and I mean really listen with every single fiber of your sovereign being. Because in the year 2026, the system's most effective, most subtle, and most devastating weapon against a truly independent man isn't direct force. It is the engineered poison of isolation. They want you to believe, with every fiber of your soul, that if you don't belong to the hive mind, if you don't follow the digital herd into the abyss, and if you don't echo the approved slogans of the day, then you are nothing but a ghost, a forgotten relic of a bygone era. But today, Andrew is swinging wide the heavy steel doors of the 76th vault of the Edge Archives, the Lone Wolf Protocol. We are analyzing the specific, high-stakes moments in history when John Wayne stood absolutely, completely alone, not because he had a desire for solitude, but because his bedrock principles made him far too dangerous and far too unpredictable for the weak-willed and the compromised to stand beside him in the heat of the battle. In the year 2026, betrayal has become high-tech, low-cost, and socially acceptable. People will sell your soul, your reputation, and your secrets for a few digital likes, a temporary boost in their social credit, or just a tiny bit of perceived safety from the machine. The Duke knew deep in his bones that grit is a notoriously lonely road, and if you are constantly looking for a cheering crowd to validate you while you are doing the hard, right thing, then you have already lost the war before it even began. Doctor, record this opening protocol for the year 2026. A man who has become truly comfortable being alone is a man the system can no longer threaten with exclusion, cancellation, or exile. We are studying the frontier solitude today, the terrifying but necessary strength it takes to be the only one left standing when the dust finally settles and the fair-weather friends have all vanished like smoke into the digital fog. Get your head right, partner, because the higher you climb toward the truth, the thinner the air becomes, and the fewer people you will find standing at your side. This isn't just a story about the past. It's the survival manual for your future in the year 2026. Analyze the architecture of betrayal with me with a cold, clinical, and tactical eye, because in the year 2026, the people closest to you are often the exact ones the system will attempt to use as levers to try and break through your personal perimeter. John Wayne experienced this bitter reality many times throughout his legendary career. The big studios turning their backs when the political winds got too hot to handle. The longtime colleagues who whispered poison behind his back while smiling broadly to his face in the light of day. He learned the hard and painful way that loyalty is a rare, precious currency. And in the year 2026, it has become almost entirely extinct, replaced by temporary alliances of convenience. We are decoding the Judas algorithm today. The system actively rewards those who betray the sovereign spirits. It offers them a seat at the table in exchange for their integrity. They want you to be paranoid, fearful, and jittery, but Andrew wants you to be tactically aware. You don't have to hate the world, partner. You simply have to stop expecting it to be honorable or consistent. When the Duke was faced with direct betrayal, he didn't whine. He didn't post a frantic manifesto on a digital wall, and he didn't seek petty revenge. He simply and quietly adjusted the line. He drew a new, tighter perimeter and kept his boots moving forward. Doctor, examine the Duke's private records on controlled associations, how he learned to filter his inner circle with ruthless precision until only the tempered steel remained. In the year 2026, your circle should be small enough to defend with a single rifle and a single shared truth. If everyone likes you, it is a mathematical certainty that you are doing something fundamentally wrong. If you haven't been betrayed yet, you probably haven't stood for anything powerful enough to be worth attacking. Realize today that the knife in your back is often just a painful confirmation that you were the one leading the way while the others were too afraid to follow. In the third and most strategically critical layer of the 76 protocol, we address the sovereignty of solitude. In the year 2026, the machine uses the fear of loneliness as a psychological cage to keep you compliant, but the sovereign man uses solitude as a high-heat forge to harden his spirit. John Wayne knew that a man who can sit alone in a quiet room for hours and not fear his own thoughts is a man who can face an entire army in the open field without breaking. The system tries to keep you constantly, frantically connected to their digital noise and their manufactured dramas because they are absolutely terrified of what you might discover in the deep, undisturbed silence of your own mind. We are teaching you the canyon perspective today, how to find immense, unshakable strength in the vast, empty spaces of your own soul. In the year 2026, the world is hyper-connected by fiber optics, but deeply lonely in its spirit. We are reversing that failed dynamic. We are becoming physically isolated when necessary, but spiritually connected to the eternal truth that never changes. Doctor, record this. The lone wolf isn't a tragic victim of social rejection. He is a master of selective association. He chooses the hard, narrow path over the easy, popular lie every single time the choice is presented. The Duke didn't need 1,000 nameless men to validate his existence or his worth. He only needed to know, at the end of the day, that he hadn't compromised the man looking back at him in the mirror. When you finally reach that level of internal sovereignty, the system's pathetic threats of cancellation or deplatforming become nothing more than harmless background noise in a much larger storm. You cannot exile a man who has already found his true home within the fortress of his own integrity. Stand in the silence, partner, and listen closely to the sound of your own strength growing in the dark. Analyze the herd immunity of the soul within the 76th protocol, because in the year 2026, the herd is being led directly off a digital cliff, and they are singing songs of progress the whole way down. The Duke understood that there comes a time in every man's life where he must make a choice. Do you stay with the comfortable majority and perish in the slow rot of compliance? Or do you take the lonely trail into the unknown where the only thing you can rely on is your own grit and the grace of the Creator? We are decoding the Exodus strategy today. Moving edgewise means knowing when the social structures you once trusted have become compromised beyond repair. In the year 2026, the institutions, the schools, the media, the corporate giants are all projecting a false reality. They want to shame you for your lone wolf instincts because those instincts are what allow you to smell the trap before it snaps shut. John Wayne wasn't just a movie star. He was a symbol of the man who could survive without the permission of the city. He could build his own fire, find his own water, and hold his own ground. Doctor, examine the Duke's final interviews on the death of the individual, how he saw the creeping shadow of collectivism trying to snuff out the spark of the pioneer spirit. In 2026, your unplugged life is your greatest asset. While the masses are panicking because the grid flickered or their favorite app went down, the lone wolf is calm because his survival isn't outsourced to a server in a distant city. He is the master of his own immediate environment. We are teaching you how to build a life that is decoupled from the machine's approval. You don't need their permission to be a man of honor, and you certainly don't need their validation to know that you are right. The trail is narrow, the climb is steep, and you might be walking it alone for a while. But the view from the top is something the herd will never even be able to imagine from the bottom of their digital pit. We are closing this Sarsasai, heavy, and strategically vital 76th chapter of the Edge Archives with the call of the High Country. Look at the landscape of the year 2026. It is a world of echoes, where everyone is repeating what they were told to think 5 minutes ago. But you, partner, you are learning to trust the silence. You have adopted the lone wolf protocol, and you are starting to realize that being alone isn't a weakness. It is the ultimate tactical advantage. A man who stands alone cannot be flanked by a group of cowards. A man who relies only on himself cannot be blackmailed by a system that controls his dependencies. The machine thinks it has won because it has moved the world into a digital cage, but they forgot that the spirit of the frontier cannot be digitized, tracked, or contained. In the year 2026, your solitude is your sanctuary and your integrity is your iron shield. John Wayne's final lesson for us today is this: don't be afraid of the lonely stretches of the trail, because that is where the real work of the soul is done. This is Andrew, signing off from the 76th vault of the Edge Archives, where we value one man of truth over a million men of lies. The world is getting louder, the betrayal is getting more frequent, but the lone wolf just keeps on riding toward the high country where the air is pure and the truth is plain. Go out there today and be the man who doesn't need a crowd to feel powerful. Build your own fortress, trust your own gut, and never, ever trade your solitude for the cheap, toxic company of those who would sell you out for a digital pittance. Stay rugged, stay vigilant, stay completely, unapologetically sovereign in your solitude until the very last sunset. Andrew out.